Hello everyone, and welcome back to Adrian's Digital Basement 2. This is a super mini mail call episode, and I have a package here from Michael Orange. He's in Portland here, and he actually sent in a big box full of all sorts of interesting stuff, and he had mentioned he had a few more things that he was going to uncover, I think as he was moving, and he would send those over to me when he found them, and this is obviously that. As I record the opening of this package today, I have put live the very first version of these super mini mail call episodes on the second channel, and I had complaints from people saying that it was too long, and it was about 30 minutes or so, I think, the very first episode. The truth of the matter is the length of the video is just determined by the amount of items inside of the box that's been sent in by the viewers. If there's one thing, it's going to be a quick video, but if there's a bunch of things, and looks like in this one there are several things, the video is going to be longer. So if you don't like that, I do apologize, I guess. You can play back the videos at like 1.5 speed. There's a little speed control on YouTube, which may make it go a little bit quicker for you, or you can just not watch it. But I did also get comments from people who loved the format and they like the length, and so you kind of can't please everyone, right? That's how it goes on the internet. All right, so let's see what we got from Michael here. I can tell these feel like coffee mugs right here. Oh, Michael has sent over a bunch of surgical masks. Thank you very much for that, Michael. I can never have too many of these. In fact, I'm gonna be going on holiday soon, and I will need to have an extra supply of these because obviously when I'm home all day in the house, I don't necessarily need these except if I'm going outside. But when I'm on holiday, which will be in October, definitely gonna need to be wearing them more because I'll be around lots of people and flying on airplanes and stuff like that. Michael used a bunch of these for packing material. These are just sort of padded shipping envelopes. All right, so let's check out what we have here. So a bunch of floppy disks, nicely wrapped in bags. And I think we got some mugs. Oh, okay, now that is awesome. Let's see if I get the camera to focus. IBM personal computers, nice shape, ACIS, not familiar with that. If anyone is, I put a comment. But hey, that is in perfect condition, not a chip on there. IBM, I like it. And yes, Michael lives in Portland here, so these newspapers, if they were, oh, another IBM cup. If these were Portland papers, of course, that's not going to be very interesting. I like to look at the newspapers if the package comes from a far off place, because it might be in different languages, things like that. But this just looks like it's the Wall Street Journal, I think. Okay, we have another IBM cup here. Maybe these are 4 or 5 mugs, so this will be good. I'll give these away. There we go, another one. And we have another one. Okay, so we got 5 IBM mugs, all in perfect shape. Very cool. Oh, actually, I'm sorry, we have 6, I think. There it is, there's the 6th, all with ACIS on them. I do personally drink coffee from time to time, and tea as well, and I think I have some pretty boring, crappy coffee cups upstairs, so I will be getting rid of a few of those and replacing them with these IBM ones. All right, and let's see what we got going on here. Some floppies. Looks like we have some brand new, never used. Okay, well, sorry, these are definitely used. Whoops. These are definitely, oh, that just fell off my computer. Harris badge. It's like a metal badge from a company called Harris, long since defunct. I had stuck it with double-sided tape onto my lab bench computer right there. Obviously that didn't stick. It's a rather heavy, thick metal badge. I had actually applied it to the computer, and then I put masking tape over it, let it sit for 24 hours, hoping that this adhesive would bond to the computer, the front grate. Clearly that wasn't the case. Okay, so anyways, I'm glad that didn't fall into some like very rare piece of equipment. All right, so anyways, yes, we got discs here. We got discs. Tandy, single-sided, very nice. Got Memorex discs. I'm gonna have to do some bulk formatting to see if these are in good shape or not, but check this out. You might be able to see right there that that is not looking so great. Unfortunately, sometimes discs, they get a little moldy. Let's see if that was just dust. No, definitely looks like it's got a little bit of mold going on there. Doesn't rub off with my finger. Sometimes you can clean that using isopropyl alcohol, but usually when a disc is in that state, I don't like to use it anymore because the metal oxide starts to come off from the plastic disc and get stuck on your read-write heads. So I'm just going to separate these discs. Let's take a look at one of these Memorex discs that was in the sleeve. Yeah, that one looks pretty good. These are double-sided, double-density discs. Oh, although single-sided double density. So usually the single-sided discs are really double-sided. They are just not certified to actually work on both sides. Like they're not certified error-free. So this here is an elephant disc. Remember their advertising campaign had a yellow on the background, elephants never forget. Who made these? I forgot the name of the company, but I have found that these are incredibly reliable discs. Like I've gotten big bulk amounts of double density discs before, and when I went through and formatted them all, I found that these ones were always good. I maybe had one or two bad ones, but generally very, very reliable. Okay, we have another Kodak disc here, and look, it is also not in great shape. It's got mold all over it, so I definitely won't even be trying to format these. I don't know why I didn't just mount the camera up on the other mount here. So let's see what else we got. We got a Babbage's disc. Who remembers Babbage's? This was a software store here in the US, commonly found in malls. America's software headquarters, it says. And unfortunately, there seems to be a little bit of mold on this disc as well. Not sure if that's coming across in the camera, but on the part that was open and exposed to the atmosphere, it's got a little mold. So I'm going to put the stuff that's moldy in this pile over here just so I don't put it in one of my disk drives. The BitBank diskette, double-sided, double density. That one looks nice. Pretty good. It's a little dusty, but no big deal. I have a couple more Tandy single-sided, unfortunately. Yeah, that's not looking good. Let's see if I can get the angle so it shows. See, the surface looks muddled there. That's not good. It might work, but unfortunately, like I said, I just don't like to use these in my disk drives. They just cause more issues than they're worth. And unfortunately, this Maxell single-sided disc got the same thing going on as the Tandy disc there. It's sort of muddled. And then we have this single-sided Maxell disc, but that one looks okay. And we have this Memorex one, and that one looks fine as well. So these are all good to go and attempt to format. I think I quickly looked at these, and these all look good. Yep, they do. All right, into the next batch here. All right, so we have another one of these elephant discs. Now, I'm noticing it is look a little weird here, but I think one of the bigger problems is the disc, it's stuck. It's literally stuck inside the plastic case here. Like there's something was spilled on it, I guess. It doesn't turn. I can't even move it around in there. It's completely wet. It's completely glued in there. In fact, oh yeah, I can't even spread this apart. Oh, that sounds bad, doesn't it? Oh yeah. Let me open this up. Why don't we just cut this open? Take samples, it says. All right, so I've cut the 3 sides and this should come apart. But look at that. That's not normal. Discs should not be stuck like that to the fabric on the inside. So that disc was never gonna work again. Nope, it was never gonna work again. So that's unfortunate. Like I said, those usually work. In fact, where's the other one? Did I even test this one? Make sure it's, oh no, it's the same. This one's also stuck. Ah, so that's weird. Like I have a bunch of these and they didn't have that problem. So that's very unfortunate. All right, another Maxell. No, it's got the muddled look, so that one's not going to be good. We have a Kodak. No, and that's got mold inside as well. Babbage's, I think these are good. There was another good Babbage over there. Oh, this one, not looking so good. Look right here. Oh yeah, that's not good. That's a bad disc. So these discs generally very reliable, but what happens is that one's got mold as well. If you don't keep them in a nice temperature controlled environment, in fact on the back here it tells you what to do, protect them, insert carefully, But right here, it says the storage, well, actually it says it's good for 50 to 125 degrees Fahrenheit or 10 degrees Celsius to 52. Wow. All right, well, maybe these Memorex ones, they're extra wide ranging, but I mean, I'd like to say they last for a longer time if you keep them at room temperature, like 20 degrees, 21 degrees, low humidity, things like that. Memorex lifetime warranty. Do you think I can get replacement discs? Memorex in Santa Clara? Memorex definitely still is around, I'm pretty sure. Has anyone ever tried to reclaim the warranty on one of these floppies that has a lifetime warranty to see if they will send you a replacement? All right, next batch here. So unfortunately, the Kodaks, they're probably all gonna be bad. I can see that has mold right there. This is yep, that's not good either. If you ever get old discs, you should do what I'm doing right now, is you just take it and you turn it, look inside here. You should not see any weird stuff on the disc surface. It just should be shiny and smooth and consistent all the way around. This one's got mold. Oh, this Babbage is one. This does not look good. It's got mold on there too. Oh, actually, you know what? Yeah, unfortunately, this Babbage is one not looking so great. So that one's no good. Now this Memorex disc is like similar to these, but it has sort of a muddled or mottled looking surface there as well. So I'm going to say that one is not good. This one, on the other hand, looks fine. So that's probably good. Oh boy, yeah, it's no good. I think this disc from Babbage's, I could see it's got like, it probably was sitting on the top of a pile and just had stuff falling on it, because it has some stuff all over the outside here as well, but it's definitely, it's all over the disc surface as well. Let's see if I can get that on the, it's probably not coming across, but yeah, there's, looks like mold on there as well. This one's got mold. This Babbage's disc here, it's not looking good. Look at this. See all that? That's mold. That's not gonna work. Oh, and this Babbage's one as well. It's kind of got mold and it was on the inside. Let's look at the back. Oh, yeah, that's not good either. That's not good either. Oh, that's got quite a bit of mold on it. This disc, just trying to move it, kind of stuck. And yep, it's got that mottled sort of appearance to it. This one's got mold. And that one has quite a bit of mold as well. I should probably go over these again. Oh, the back of this one's got mold on it, so that's no good. Let's check these. Yeah, this one looks fine. Now, if I put one of these that has the mold on it in the disk drive, what can happen is it can transfer the damaged disk or the mold onto the read-write heads and actually make it impossible to read any disks any further. And you can get your drive back by just doing a really good cleaning on it. Sometimes a cleaning disk is not even enough. You have to manually clean it. So I think probably what happens a lot of times is people have retro computers like an old Commodore or whatever, and they bring it out of storage and they have their old disks, and their disks are like this, where a lot of them are damaged, and they put it in the disk drive, which might have been working fine, but it transfers the damage of the disk, like the mold or the oxide, onto the heads and prevents it from working any further. And people probably erroneously think that their disk drive is bad, and that's why they can't read their disk. But the reality is their disks have been stored in an inhospitable environment for too long, and they are unreadable now, and it actually caused their disk drive to stop working, even if you had got a fresh disk. So it's a good idea to just do this quick inspection of all your disks ahead of time. And you just should look at both sides, and that's, I'm just gonna say that one's fine. And just make sure that they are good. And the problem is like when they're all stored together, like these probably were all stored together, is because a lot of them are bad, there's a good chance that they're all gonna be bad. And look, here's another one of these. Yep, and that's stuck, so that's not gonna work. But it is weird, like this Babbage's disc, it seems fine. Oh wait, hold on. Oh no, I see some mold right there. Just a little bit, but that's all it takes. And on the backside looks okay, but just a little bit of mold's all it takes to mess up your disk drive. Ah, this one is all moldy on the back. almost tricked me because the front looked really good. The back here, tons of mold. Okay, so that disc is no good. This one on a closer inspection, it's got mold as well. How about this bit bank one here? I think this one is fine. So generally when I've done this before, I find that all of the same brand is usually good, like so that these Memorex discs are more likely or not going to be more resistant to whatever mold or whatever happened to these. And this bit bank disc works as well. I don't remember if there were other bit bank ones in here, but typically like all these Kodak ones were bad, all of these were bad. Now that's not to say that if you have Kodak discs, they're going to be bad. It's just however these discs were stored, those conditions really did a number on the discs, and definitely these were different, like one disc to another. They weren't made exactly the same way. So that's why like it seems like all of these Memorex discs are fine. In fact, I have this one that's bad, but that's a single-sided double density, so it is a little bit different. And there's another single-sided one that's bad. Let's see, do I have another single-sided one that's bad? But these double-sided ones, which look similar, and they are all double-sided. Yep, these all, I assume, are going to be good. We'll find out in a second. I will format them. All right, let's see what else we got here. We got some CDs. Now, I think Michael told me, oh yeah, okay, so last time he sent me some sound cards and other music stuff, and this is the software for that stuff. So that's cool. I'll put that with it. It's the EMU Digital Audio Workstation, and I think, you know, I don't know if this stuff is downloadable. Oh, excellent, Michael. Thank you. Okay, good. He sent me a cassette deck thing for the computer, which I didn't really talk about because I'm going to make a separate video on it. And here is the software for it. Awesome. Thank you, Michael, for that. All right, and one last bag of discs here. Let's see what we got with good and what's bad in here. We have a Sony disc, and unfortunately, it did not survive the mold. Yep, it's got the issues. Okay, so that one is not going to be good. Another single-sided disc, so I'm going to assume this one is going to be problematic because all the other single-sided ones were. Yep, loads of mold right there. Kodak one, I can just see the mold right away. That's no good. Double-sided, so let's see if this one is good. Yep, it looks like it is. All right, that one looks good. Okay, another single-sided disc, so I'm going to assume this one's going to get the mold on the back here, and I see mold, so that one's not good. Okay, here's another one of the elephant discs, and yep, it is completely welded in there. So that's dead. Tandy single-sided certified, that one is bad. Yep, it's got the problem on the bottom. So single-sided discs, it writes to this side, so labels up, and that's the side that's written to. So theoretically, if the mold was only on the top, it wouldn't be the end of the world. It's got the patterns on it. But I don't want to use this disc, though, because I would put it in my double-sided drive, where the read-write head on the top would be touching all that stuff. And yep, that one has the problem as well. Okay, here's another double-sided one. Will it be fine? All signs point to yes, because all the other ones have been fine. And it is. Nice. And these ones in the sleeves, these are the ones I was going to try to get my replaced with a warranty here, but fortunately, they're all good. Oh, that one's bad. I could see right there. This one's bad. I could see it already. Yep. This one as well. It's having issues. Oh, look, a different one. We got a Polaroid single-sided double density. Maybe this will be good. There's a speck of, I'll blow that away. All right, top side, that's looking good. Bottom side, hey, look at that Polaroid. You made a good disc. I have no idea if they were actually the OEM of this or if this was manufactured by someone else, like say it was made by these guys. No, it looks a little different, so not the same. All right, so right off the bat, the Kodak disc, not looking good. It's no good. Another double-sided Memorex, that one looks good. And we have two more of these single-sided Memorexes. And that one, unfortunately, is loaded up with mold there. And the last one here also has mold. So unfortunately, Michael, I know it's probably you're disappointed to see that all of these discs are not good due to contamination on the disc surface. And I am pretty sure I'm going to have comments where people tell me that I could potentially bring these back by cleaning them with alcohol and doing a bunch of work and stuff. I have gotten big lots in the past of used 5¼ inch 360K discs, and I went through and I formatted every single one of them. Well, first I checked them for mold and I separated those out. And then of the ones that were good or clean like these, I formatted every single one of them in my PC. And I ended up with maybe 100 discs or 150 or so that work, or at least they format with no errors. I ended up with maybe 500 discs though that were bad. Either they had contamination or they didn't format properly. So yeah, like your chances of finding good discs if they're not stored carefully, it's relatively low. But let's see if these discs here, these two plus these work. All right, so for formatting these discs, I'm gonna be using this PC right here. This is my Pentium 200 machine with an installed 360K drive. You should always format 360K discs or double density discs on a double density drive, which is what I have going on here. And I think I've shown this plenty of times before, but I'm going to be using FormatQM version 2.02 to do this formatting. I will put a link in the description if you're unfamiliar with this program. If we run the program here, it gives us some options here. So we're going to format the A drive at 360K, direct hardware access to the controller. And the reason for that is it allows you to quickly insert one disk, format it, and just swap the next disk in without pushing a key on the keyboard, because it can actually detect when you put the new disk in. Normal DOS programs can't do that. And the critical option for me is allowed flaw diskette set to no. It means if there's any bad sectors on any of these disks, it will give me the bad disk tone and I will discard the floppy disk. So we hit F10 to begin. And on this disk drive, the access light is just on. So you insert your disk, close the door, and that's it. All right, and right away it says unusable diskette. So this Polaroid disk, unfortunately, isn't good. Let's try the BitBarn disk next. Okay, and there we go, it's formatting. I had the speakers turned down, I'll turn the volume up a little bit. We will hear the good or bad tone when it's done. There we go, complete, no errors. When the disc is bad, you have a different tone, so you can just listen for it and toss the disc out when you hear the bad tone. And there we go, just like that. All of these discs formatted good, including the BitBank disc. It was only this single-sided Polaroid disc that didn't. So I guess my mold checking tactic was good, but maybe the fact that this is actually only a single-sided disc caused an issue. I know plenty of people have taken single-sided discs, including myself, and punched a hole in the side so you could flip it over on your Commodore or your Apple II, and that often worked perfectly. But it seems in this case, it didn't. But the old BitBarn, they know how to make a good disc, as do Memorex, clearly. So there we have it. That is this super mini mail call. Thank you very much, Michael Orange, for sending these discs in and these cool IBM cups, along with that missing CD for that tape deck, which I'll be showing at some point in the future. If anyone liked this video, I would definitely appreciate a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, as this is the second channel. Big thanks to all my patrons who have been supporting the channel. And thanks to all the viewers who have sent stuff into mail call and these super mini mail call episodes, of course. And I guess that is going to be it. Stay healthy, stay safe, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.